Hello, my name is Samantha, and here tonight, or wherever you are when you're listening to this, I'm here to share some beautiful reading that I read maybe a month ago. And when I read it, it just hit me so hard and it resonated so deeply within me. And then 3 weeks after I read that, I had this experience. And those words hit me so much deeper, like in my heart. Sometimes I read things and my mind takes them in and my mind understands them and thinks about them. It's like, yeah, this is great. I love this, these new words and this new way to think about something. However, when I have the experience and those words mean something in my heart and I've understood them in my heart, oh my gosh, it has such a deeper meaning. So I would like to share this reading I'd like to share this reading with you and then share a little bit about my story with it, and then also just some tips or some guidance, or let's not say tips, let's say suggestions for you to help move through a difficult or challenging space that you're in. So I have this light blasting in my eye, and so when I go to look at my notes or my journal where I have this written, a big black circle forms where the word is. It's like when you look at the sun for too long and you start looking at people's heads and you can see everything but their head, it's black. So bear with me on the reading. I might mix up or mess up and have to go back. So I do a lot of daily readings. I have a couple books. If you're interested, put something in the comments and I can share what the names of those books are to get my day going. I have one to read at night. I have ones to read when I was going to work. I have one for my car that I read before I go into work. And then I also have ones that just get sent to my email every day. And so this one is from Richard Rohr's Daily Meditation. Really love it. They're super, I don't know if I want to say deep, but there's a depth to them. And I love that because sometimes the surface level things I've just seen a million times over the last 10 years, and the deeper stuff really hits me now. So it speaks to me, whatever speaks to you. So again, this is from a reading from Richard Rohr's Daily Meditation. So I just took some quotes out of it. So it starts here. To borrow another of Rumi's metaphors, the shepherd has been cooked and softened, roasted over a fire so as to be transformed at last into the shape of love. This radical change can be excruciating. The chickpea screams when the cook throws it into the boiling water. Why are you doing this to me? But when the chickpea understands that the cooking is meant to give him flavor, vitality, and an altogether new life, the chickpea stops resisting and welcomes the process of conversion. Boil me some more, he cries. Hit me with the skimming spoon. I can't do this by myself. Discipline is necessary to transition from the raw to the cooked. Only over time is the lover transformed into the image of the beloved. Love is a school of fire, Rumi teaches. You embrace its mystery only in losing yourself and finally becoming what you love. In the process, you discover that what you had thought to be entirely outside of yourself has been within you all along. And so I first read this quote and I was in Aruba, and I had been unemployed for a couple of months. So if you listen to my other videos, I was let go from my teaching position in Costa Rica in mid-December. Today is April 1st. So I'm almost going on 4 months of being unemployed. And I know for a fact that I didn't want to apply for another job. I don't want to teach in an education system anymore. I knew this was the universe saying like, okay, let's go. Let's get on with this dream that you have of becoming a coach, a life coach, a meditation coach. I'm not sure. I don't want to limit myself on that. So I have been experiencing over the last 3 months just so much chaos in my brain, so much discomfort. I am so uncomfortable. And I've been so uncomfortable for so long. I've spent countless hours on this kitchen floor crying, not knowing what to do with my life. What am I going to do with my life? What am I doing in Costa Rica? Excuse me. What's happening in my life? And I've had thoughts of just going back into teaching and playing it safe and really not following my dreams and my desires to start my own business and to have a remote company online so that I can travel and have the freedom to be my own boss and all that comes with that. And so I was resisting everything. I was kicking and screaming. Why is this happening to me? Talking to the universe. You told me to move to Costa Rica. You took me away from my family. You took me out of my job that I loved. You took me away from my country and my house and everybody. And now you took my profession away from me, and like, what is happening? What are you doing to me? You're just breaking me down. And in the same token, in those moments, I'm so grateful, and I'm like, yes, this is what I need. I can't do this on my own. If, it's scary to leave your teaching, your profession and your career. It's scary to leave your hometown and everything, It's scary to leave your family. It's scary to not know what's going on in your life, because when we know what's going on in our life, which we never really know, we feel safe, right? I feel like we have something to stand on. I have an income. I have a house. I have a family. I have friends. I have this whole little life that I've created. And for the last 3 months, the only way I can describe it is I feel like I have nowhere to stand. I feel like I'm floating around in space. I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm scared. I'm fearful. And I, to be honest, was frozen. I was in a rut, and I was building myself a rut, a deeper and deeper and deeper one, and I couldn't get out of it. And I was kicking and screaming. I was resisting. I was not surrendering to the moment and everything it was showing me. I was not letting go. I was just holding on, and I was being dragged, and I knew it. And I was praying to the universe, show me how to surrender, show me how to let go, show me how to accept. See, here's the thing. We hear all these words, we read all these words like that reading, we hear all these things, and our mind is understanding them. All of these words are completely outside of the mind. These words are an experience. So we have these words like let go and surrender and acceptance. And I'm like, what the F does this mean? Like, yeah, I know what let go means. Yeah, I know what surrender means. Yeah, I know what, did I already say acceptance? Acceptance means, like, I'm doing all those things. I accept the situation. I'm letting go of everything. I have no control over it. And I'm surrendering to what's going on. And I wasn't whatsoever. I didn't know how, because I never did that before fully. And so I had 3 months of just excruciating discomfort, squeezed to my core. And then I had this day where I woke up, and I knew that I had a choice that day. I don't know what was going on, but I can only describe it as I was on this line. I woke up and I was on this line. It was like, okay, you can choose today. Which way do you want to go? You want to be in the fear? Go with that and be stuck and paralyzed on your floor crying and just wondering what's going on in your life and why you're alive and like all these crazy things. They're not crazy, right? It's just we live in a society that you're supposed to do, make, create, be somebody all the time. And so when I'm not in that space, I'm not creating, these things are firing in my head. You need to be doing something, you need to be doing that. So I was on the line. Could go with fear, or my other option was go with faith. Just engage the day, love the day, whatever comes, just come back to your breath, come back to the moment, whatever those words mean, right? Until you experience them. And so of course I chose that. Come on, I'm done being fearful and done being on my kitchen floor, just crying and talking to the universe, like, what's happening? What are you doing? Help me. I would just cry on the floor and just say, help me. I need help. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what's happening. Please help me, guide me. And so I made that decision, and I had this, that night, I had this incredibly profound spiritual awakening where I can't describe it, and I'm not going to try, but I'll share what kind of happened. I guess if I put this into words, I was with God fully. And again, that doesn't make sense because this was out of space, this was out of time, but I received like this laser focus, laser clarity on what the last 3 months has been showing me and teaching me. And it was just, that's when this quote came back in, like, oh my God, I can't make these changes on my own. And so the universe is giving me these experiences that I need in order to move through them, move through my fears, let go of limiting beliefs, let go of this matrix that's inside of my head, because I'm physically out of the matrix. However, everything that's developed in this vessel, in this mind, in these programs, and these beliefs is nurtured and was developed in the matrix. And so, I lost my point. So everything just came to the most clarity. It was like I could see the big picture. I was like, oh my God. And I was like sitting on this couch just talking out loud, and I was just like shaking back and forth. I'm like, I understand what this quote means. I understand what this quote means with my heart. Like, yes, please hit me with the skimming spoon. I can't do this on my own. I don't know how to do this on my own. And these experiences that you have given me, and these experiences that I've lived, and this excruciating discomfort that I've been in, is what brought me to this moment right now and getting these downloads. It was a spiritual awakening for me. It was like I could see the truth. I could see the big picture. I could see what was going on. And so I saw that every single way that I had engaged and lived and decided to show up and to be and to feel over the last 3 months was perfect. There is nothing that I could have done differently. Nothing, if I went back and changed any of that, I would never have come to that moment, that clarity and that wisdom, and have that spiritual awakening if I changed anything from before. So my fear, it was okay. Me crying, it was okay. My questioning life was, I don't even want to say okay, all those things were perfect. They were, these moments were doing exactly what they needed to do to me, and feeling all of this shtick come up and this discomfort was exactly what I needed. It was the boiling water that I needed in order to break through this, like move through this. So many things in my life, I just went around, how can I get out of this discomfort as soon as possible? How can I distract myself? And I can tell you, in the last 3 months, I distracted myself so much. You know, all those distractions were okay. Every single way in which I chose to live those 3 months was perfect. I can't explain it any other way than that. It was perfect. And so basically, the message here is that if you are struggling with something, or you're feeling like you're doing something wrong and you're living wrong and everything's, you know, not right and blah, 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 right? The whole drama just goes on. I'm here to remind you that every single thing that you do is perfect. Every single event that happens in your life is perfect. There is no such thing as making a mistake. There is no such thing as living the wrong way. There is no such thing as anything going wrong in your life. Each experience is exactly what your soul needs in order to evolve, in order to grow, expand, right? And so what I experience with myself is I'm not gentle with myself all the time. I'm like, you need to be living this way. Am I on the right path? Am I doing this right? You know, I just think so much about it. And so on that night, I had a deeper understanding in my heart of what surrendering, what letting go, and what acceptance is. And I said to myself, okay, we got this download. We have this new information. So how are we going to engage the rest of this time, the rest of your life, now that you have this knowledge? This is what I'm saying, this wisdom. The universe was squeezing me to my core. So uncomfortable. I don't want to say horrible time, but I felt like I was just dying. And boom, brought me to this wisdom. How am I going to use this wisdom to live each moment after this? And I understand what acceptance is, accepting the scenario in my life that's happening, that it's here purposefully, perfectly planned at the right time, right place, right people, everything. Surrendering, just allowing myself to feel lost, to feel sad, to cry all the time, to question my life, to question what I'm doing, to think about moving home, which not happening. Just allowing myself to feel these things and not saying like, oh, everything's perfect and, you don't have to worry, everything's going to work out. Like, yeah, everything's going to work out, but you need to feel your stuff. Feel it fully, and letting go. Just knowing that the bigger picture is happening and I don't have the capacity to understand that, and I'm not given that capacity, thank God. And just letting go, right? And I'm saying these words, and if you're listening to this, you're probably like, what is she even talking about? If you're in your experience of like, what does letting go mean? What does being present in the moment mean? What does, all these words that we use in this container, in this journey of spirituality and evolving and enlightening, right? However, these moments that are challenging are what is going to bring you to a different understanding and a deeper understanding once you move through it, not around it, once you move through it. And so again, I was sitting on the end of this couch and I was just rocking back and forth because I was thinking to myself, holy crap, like, hit me so hard with that skimming spoon. I can't see any of this stuff on my own. I need your help. You need to help me. But it was that moment where I went from being like, why are you doing this to me? To, okay, I see it. You're helping me move and evolve and expand and grow. And this is what my soul needs to experience to do that. And so it's just so beautiful. And, I had a tough day today. And I took the day to cry, let myself cry, journal about it, and I wallowed in it for a while, and I'm like, okay, it's time. Let's go. My mom always says, move a muscle, change a thought. And boy, is that a lifesaver. I went for a swim in the ocean. I do about 30 minutes. I got out and I felt like a brand new person. I just released all that energy. I got out of it, so I'm in a space now where I allow myself to feel, because that feeling and that experience is showing me something. Okay, let it feel. Let it bring all this crap out of your body to the surface and let it out. Let it show you where you're sticking, what experiences are making you stick in your life, making you react, respond, cry, and then allowing it to release. So I listen to a lot of Ram Dass, and in one of his podcasts, he says something along the lines of, everything is perfect, there's no way to live incorrectly. I'm paraphrasing. And he said that there isn't even a possibility for something to not be perfect. There isn't even a possibility for you to do something wrong. There isn't even a possibility for you to mess up in any way, shape, or form. Every single experience you have is a part of your soul's expansion and what you need in order to keep on expanding out of these limiting self-beliefs, out of this matrix, and all of our souls are different ages, I believe. We're all at different parts, and some souls are older than others, some are new souls, and so there's something inside of me that is yearning to expand. And so if you're in an uncomfortable position right now, if you're in a difficult situation right now, if you're feeling lost, confused, messy, chaotic, I honor you, and I honor you to feel that, and I believe that you are in the right spot. That means that something good is here. that something good is coming out of this and that you are going to grow and expand. So, if you're going through something, I applaud you. I'm cheering you on. Keep going, keep feeling it. Let it do its thing to you. And once you move through it, I am very sure that you will find some wisdom there, and you will have a new way to engage your life and to engage each day. So basically the message that I got and what I've been doing with my days is living it fully, living it deeply, living it wildly, living it chaotically. If I'm in a conversation with someone, I'm not thinking about, oh, I need to go start cooking dinner, and just kind of speed up the conversation. I am there with them, living that moment and that experience fully, because that's what's there for me. If I'm upset, feeling that fully. If I need a day where I'm just doing nothing and I'm on the bed and just sad and whatever, then I'm doing that. If I'm really happy, then I'm really engaged in that. If I want to help someone stopping on the side of the road, hey, you need a ride, just live your life fully. There is no wrong way to do it. And every way in which you're engaging your life and responding and reacting and being is absolutely perfect. So be gentle with yourself. Reach out if you have any questions, any comments. I'm so open and willing and wanting to help you through this, or to give you any words or suggestions, or if you just want to be heard. So thanks for listening. That is my little story, my little experience. And if you want to know where that reading came from, well, it's Richard Rohr's Daily Meditation, but if you need to see that written out, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. Ciao.